Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. I'm Yamajit, so very glad you could make it this evening for our monthly Kriya Yoga Satsang and Puja. Before we begin, I'd like to make some announcements. I just recently got our monthly calendar put together. So our Tuesday satsangs, which are at 7 o'clock, we're going to begin something different this coming Tuesday, which will be the 8th of June. And that is, we're going to begin investigating a short yogic scripture called the Kriya Yoga Upanishad. And this is a short scripture that really parallels a lot of what is said in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, only in a much more condensed form. So I think this will give us a real nice survey and investigation of yogic philosophy and also basic practices. So each week I'm going to do one or two chapters from the Upanishad, and then we're going to do a related practice as well. So this will be an opportunity to investigate some different things with asana, with pranayama, that's breath work, and really just the mechanics of meditation. And then I'm very happy to say that beginning on Tuesday, June 15th, I'm opening up the temple. Anybody who would like to join us for our Tuesday satsangs in person is certainly welcome to come. Our address is 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver, Colorado. And of course, our Friday pujas are also in person and broadcast as well. And just some things coming up on Fridays. So today is our Kriya Yoga Sadhana. Next week, the 11th, we're going to do a puja and satsang to the Kali Nitya goddess Deepa Nitya. This will be the 8th installment of our series on the 15 Kali Nitya goddesses. Following Friday, that'll be the 18th, we'll do our monthly Yoga Nidra meditation and Devi Puja. And then we'll resume the 9th installment of the Kali Nitya series on the 25th. And that will be a puja and satsang to the goddess Nila. So that's what we have coming up for this month. And kind of in the same spirit, I'm going to try something a little bit different today. And that is, if you have your altar kit with you, you're definitely welcome to use it. But I'd like to challenge you to do something just a little bit different. And that is to do the puja and the meditation on the mental level. This is called Manasa Puja. So as I've done in previous Kriya Yoga programs, I'm going to talk through the steps, but I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and open your breath. And rather than literally doing the whole process, I'm going to invite you to do the whole thing in your mind's eye. This is actually a very powerful technique, and it's one that I've used on a number of occasions. So I think you're going to enjoy this little challenge. I'd like to start with a little warm-up like I typically do for these programs, just a quick little introduction to the main mechanics of Kriya Yoga practice. So first, I invite you to find a comfortable seat. It can be on your mat or a comfortable carpet, maybe with a cushion under your hips. Tilt the pelvis a little bit so that you can sit comfortably with a straight spine for several minutes. You can also do this seated in a chair as well. A nice straight-backed chair will work very well, one that's not too soft. So sit with a nice erect spine, and I invite you to close your eyes and just begin breathing deeply. And I invite you to use these breaths as a way of letting go of the tensions and cares of the day. Just let go of all those thoughts of things that have happened or things that might need to happen in the future. Just give this time to yourself for your own spiritual development and your own healing and the balancing of your psyche. And focusing your breath and attention on your heart chakra, I invite you to silently connect with whichever form of the divine you feel closest to. There'll be an opportunity during our Kriya Yoga meditation to silently repeat the mantra for your chosen deity, the form of the divine you're closest to, in addition to our mantra for Ma Kali, which we're going to begin with. But just acknowledge that divine presence within yourself, knowing that it is always there to guide you. And the purpose of our exercise tonight is to simply increase that awareness of that divine presence so that we can work more in harmony with it in our day-to-day lives. And in the presence of that divine force, I also invite you to make a sankalpa, that is an intention for this work. Just think about some small aspect of your life that's ready for growth or transformation or healing. And in the presence of your personal deity, just simply declare that the energies of this practice will be focused upon the resolution of whatever that issue is. And now I invite you to focus your breath and attention to your spinal column. And there, envision a silvery white tube running from the perineum, the pelvic floor, up through the spinal column, through the crown of the head. This is Sushumna Nadi, the main energy channel, and this is a main focus in Kriya meditation. So as you breathe in, I invite you to feel a cool current of energy coming down through that tube from the crown of the head down to the root. And as you exhale, feel a warm current of energy going from the root through the crown of the head. So inhaling down, exhaling up. Inhaling down, exhaling up. It's okay if you don't necessarily feel it. That'll come with practice. Just visualize the process in your mind's eye. And now, as you breathe and as you raise and lower that energy through that central channel, I invite you to just gently focus your gaze behind your closed eyelids upwards towards your third eye, between your eyebrows and the center of the forehead. And as you do that, just be aware of the natural visual light that you see doing that. You may just see a field of light, or a circle of light, or a ring of light. Some people, when they do this, report a dark blue triangle surrounded by light. That's how I often have. Just focus your gaze upon the light without straining your eyes too much. And now we're going to add one more component, a mantra. So as you exhale, I invite you to chant Om. Om, as you raise that energy up through the crown of the head. And then as you inhale, draw the energy back down to the root, and then Om, raising that energy again, from the root through the crown, and then inhale. Om. Take a deep and clearing breath. Relax the eyes. Let your breath return to normal. Letting go of the meditation. and just resting for a short time in stillness and silence, and just feeling the effects of this very simple yet very powerful practice. And when you feel ready, I invite you to just very slowly open your eyes and bring yourself back. So Kriya Yoga is a very ancient technique. It's really the meditative yoga that has been practiced by renunciates for literally thousands of years. There are references to it in several scriptures, including everything from the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, even tantric works like the Yoni Tantra is actually a Kriya Yoga scripture. And the purpose is really to bring our senses and our awareness inward from the external into the internal, and there being able to meet that divine force within. There are many forms of Kriya Yoga, different variations of it. The one that I'm going to share with you was originally taught to me in early 2006 at the 64 Yogini Temple, the Chasati Yogini Temple in Varanasi, India. My Kriya guru was Mira Pandey, and her guru was the famous tantric Narayan Dut Srimali. And it's from Srimali that we get this strong vocal mantra emphasis that I think is very powerful in moving the energy and bringing about a deep form of relaxation. It's also from Mira that I learned the very basic puja that we're going to begin with. And I think anybody doing a Vedic, yogic, or a tantric practice should be able to do a simple puja devotion. And I invite you to use this in your own practice. But of all the different forms of Kriya Yoga, there are four basic components. Another Kriya guru by the name of Ganesh Baba called them the 4 Ps. So the first one is posture, sitting comfortably with a straight spine. Pranayama, yogic breathing, and while we're focused on the central channel of the spine, raising the energy with the out-breath, bringing the energy back down through the in-breath. That's called Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. The third component is pinealization, focusing the eyes on the third eye, the place of the pituitary and pineal glands, really the source of this amazing natural pharmacy that we have in our neuroglandular system that helps in bringing about different states of consciousness. And the fourth component, called pronavmentation, is the including of a mantra. And Om is the most common one, although you're always welcome to experiment with other mantras as well. So those are the 4 components. And then really the whole process is a preparation to bring you into the final phase, where you're just resting in a place of stillness and silence, and just letting the energies of the practice transform you. You may get realizations during that time, flashes of insight. You may observe things related to your life from a safe, comfortable distance, so you can gain a new perspective on them. And the effects of this practice can be very profound. After practicing this for a while, you may find yourself handling a situation a little bit differently, maybe in a more healthy or balanced fashion. You may get insights into important things in your life when you need them. Sometimes the right teacher might come into your life. Of course, you're going to feel naturally closer to the divine so that you can act as the instrument of that universal consciousness. And maybe such things can happen as the right book comes into your hand or the right opportunity comes up as well. As you've probably seen from my many broadcasts, I practice and share a great many different sadhanas. This is the one that I always come back to. And what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is the main sadhana practice, the main spiritual practice that's in my upcoming book, Kali Meditation, Book 4, which is all Kriya practice. And if you look at the third volume of the Kali Meditation series that is available on Amazon Kindle, you'll see a lot of Kriya-related practices in that book as well, in the third volume. And as questions come up, you're always welcome to email me at my channel, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. And tonight's broadcast and other broadcasts, you can replay those recordings and follow along and learn the practice for yourself. So for the puja component, and again, I invite you to try to do this on a mental, visual level. It's going to involve a very simple altar with a water pot and spoon for water, a lamp or candle. This is a skunda from Nepal, which actually is the lamp and the water pot or akman pot combined. Some kind of incense holder, a bottle of perfume oil, some kind of food to offer, a mala for counting the mantra. The main mantra we're going to use is the Navarna mantra, a very powerful Durga, Kali mantra, Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. And then I'm also going to give you the opportunity to repeat any personal mantra that you would like, to any deity that you would like. And if you don't have anything else, I would invite you to silently repeat Om with your breathing. Something else you need is something to make your offerings to. And what was recommended to me is a Sri Yantra. And this is a sacred diagram that you can use for any form of the divine feminine. If you have another yantra, that is spiritual diagram for another deity, you're welcome to use that. And if you don't have a yantra, you can always use a favorite stone or crystal like this garnet crystal, which in the Nepali shamanic tradition are regarded as nature's yantras. So those are the things that in our practice tonight I'm going to have you visualize. We're going to be doing the Om chant, raising the energy and bringing it back down while we do the puja phase. We're going to have you visualize using the water pot to clean and bless yourself with. And I'm actually going to do the practice while you visualize it as well. Then we're going to do 108 rounds of the the Varna mantra. And then I'm going to give you the opportunity while I count on this mantra to repeat a mantra of your choosing. And then we're going to do really the Kriya proper. I'm going to use this little mala for that. We're going to do 36 rounds of the Kriya like we were just doing. So eyes closed, focused on your third eye, chanting Om, raising and lowering the energy. And then we'll have a nice meditation in stillness and silence. And then we'll do our closing. So again, something else you'll want, flowers to offer. The fire of the lamp represents an offering of our actions and our ability to transform. The incense for the air element represents the mental or intellectual side of our being. The fruit or whatever food you might be offering is the water element, our emotional selves. The perfume oil for the earth element, we're offering our physical selves. And for the flowers, the ether or spirit element, our spiritual selves. So really when we do this practice, we're really saying to the divine, take us on these different levels, on the physical, on the mental, on the spiritual, on the emotional, our ability to create change, bless them, heal them, and return them to us purified. And I'll be doing a little final prayer related to that as well. So at this point, I invite you to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Close your eyes. And we begin our practice by honoring the masters of Kriya Yoga, Mahavatar Babaji, his disciple Lahiri Mashaya, his disciple Swami Ganeshananda or Ganesh Baba. We also honor the Tantric Guru Narayan Dutsramali and his disciple Nirapande. And we'll open our practice by chanting Om 3 times. Inhale. Om. Inhale and exhale. Let your hands come down to your lap. Make any micro adjustments that you might need to make so you can sit comfortably for the next several minutes. And behind your closed eyes, in your mind's eye, I invite you to envision before you a small plate. It's made of brass or copper or some other metal. And upon it are some items that you're going to be using. So a container of water with a spoon that you can bring water out with. There's a candle or oil lamp already lit and burning. There's a holder for incense, a little bottle of oil, perfume, There's a small container, a small vase of flowers nearby. Some kind of fruit or food offering. And in the center of the plate, you'll see either the Sri Yantra diagram or simply a favorite crystal or gemstone. You may also notice a small statuette of Ma Kali, the Divine Mother, or Ma Durga, or some other form of the Divine Feminine. But just look down at these objects before you. Listen to my voice and just follow along in making the offerings and doing the blessings and the meditation. So right now, I invite you to start the Om chant again, chanting Om and raising the energy from the root through the crown and bringing the energy back as you inhale. So imagine yourself taking a spoon of water, and placing it in your hands and cleaning your hands. Om. And with your right hand, you anoint your third eye and your heart center. Om. You take a spoonful of water and sprinkle it around the altar to cleanse it. Om. Om. And then picking up the candle or oil lamp with your right hand and circle it over the altar 3 times. Om. Om. Then place it back on the altar. Om. Om. Then lighting the incense with the candle flame. Om. And circling it 3 times over the altar. Om. Placing it in the holder. Om. And then taking the water spoon and sprinkling a little more water to cool the atmosphere. Om. Om. Then with your right hand taking up the food and circling it 3 times. Om. Placing it back on the altar. Om. Om. And then taking the perfume oil and placing a little on your middle or ring finger on your right hand. Om. Om. And anointing your crystal and or diagram or any deity images in your own third eye. Om. Om. And then taking a flower and circling it over the altar 3 times. Om. and placing it on the stone or yantra. Om. Om. And bringing the palms of your hands together. Om. And bowing to the altar. Om. Om. And keeping your eyes closed, letting the mantra go. Just resting for a second and feeling the effects of the practice, looking down upon the altar and the devotion that you've just done. And so we're going to start to chant the Chamunda mantra while we do the water blessing. So again, with your eyes closed and your mind's eye, envision taking a water spoon and placing some water in your left hand and covering it with your right hand. And you can follow me in the chant. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche, and sprinkling the water over yourself. Now you're going to take 3 sips of water. So placing some water in your left hand, imagine yourself drinking it. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Take some more water in your left hand, second sip. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Third sip, more water in the hand, sip. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Then, with your right hand, bring your ring finger, your middle finger, and your thumb together. Place that on the back of your forehead, right where the skull meets the spinal column. And then imagine yourself flicking the water away with your left hand that's still in there. It's like you're flicking away the distractions. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Now, imagine that you're putting some more water in your left hand. You're going to do a bodily blessing. So you dip your hand, your 5 fingers of your right hand in the water, and anoint the corners of your mouth. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And the sides of your nose. Dab a little water with your 5 fingers. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And then anoint the outer corners of your eyes. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And then put a little water on each ear. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Then both of your shoulders. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Both of your knees. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And then just release the water over you that might remain in your hand. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Take a moment. Just feel the effect of the practice thus far. And now we're going to do a blessing of our surroundings. So you place some more water in your left hand. You're going to dip with all 5 fingers and flick the water ahead of you. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. Dip and flick to the right. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. Dip and flick behind. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. Dip and flick to the left. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. And then just release the water overhead, whatever remains. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. So if you're using a mala, you take up the mala and you place a little water on it to cleanse it. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. And I invite you now to join me in chanting the mantra either out loud or you can do it silently. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. 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 Om Angrim Klim 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 Chamundai Viche. Just rest for a moment, feeling the energies of the mantra, and just letting them go to whatever part of yourself they need to go to. If you're doing this actual puja, you honor you offer your mala to the yantra or stone and a flower. And so now I'm going to give you the opportunity to chant your own favorite mantra. Again, you can do it out loud or you can do it silently. If you don't have a mantra for a favorite deity, you can just repeat Om. But just take this opportunity to honor that form of the divine that you're truly closest to. And just take a deep clearing breath. Let go of the mantra. Thanking that form of the divine that you're closest to. And now we're going to begin the actual rounds of Kriya. We're going to do 36 rounds. So make sure you're sitting in a comfortable position. Make sure your back is straight. Under your closed eyes, focus your eyes slightly upwards towards your third eye and observe the light. As we chant Om, you're raising the energy from the root through the crown. And as you inhale afterwards, bringing the energy back down from the crown to the root. Allow your eyes to relax. Keeping your eyes closed, you can breathe normally. And just allow yourself to meditate quietly in stillness and in silence. Divine Mother, accept these our gifts, and know that this is but a token of the true gift which is ourselves. Let our words be your words. Let our thoughts be your thoughts. Let our actions be yours. Guide us on the path ahead. Teach us your wisdom. Open our eyes. Help us to see that which is true. Make us your instruments upon this earth, O Devi. Make us your vehicle for change. Take a deep, clearing breath, letting go of the meditation, bringing the palms of your hands together at heart center. Rubbing your hands together vigorously. Placing your warm hands over your eyes, slowly opening your eyes. A little bit of light in between your fingers. You can massage your face, your scalp, and your neck, and your arms. Bringing your palms back together. Giving gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice. Blessings always. Namaste. And thank you. And you always know you're doing something powerful when the animals want to get involved. This is my little kitty Puja. So again, I invite you to rewatch this broadcast, continue practicing this technique. Please email me with questions or comments or feedback. Have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend ahead. Namaste. Jai Ma. And good night.